Hello and welcome to Rising with RLP. I am your host, Tammie, the owner and founder of RLP Holistic Wellness, a meditation master teacher, accredited trainer, self-love and self-discovery speaker, as well as shamanic energy healer. And what you're about to hear is the first season of our podcast. I've never done anything like this before, but I think it's time that we try it out. Season 1 is going to be my favorite topic. And also, it's near and dear to me because it's the name of my first online summit that I did. We are the Divine Femme. And you're about to hear some stories from 11 amazing women that are ready to share, ready to be open, and ready to be vulnerable. Not only will this help them in their growth journey, but this also may help you in your growth journey or help you to get through a situation. So get ready, sit back, relax, maybe grab the popcorn, some wine, tea or coffee, and sit with an open mind. Have a beautiful night. Happy healing. Hey everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Rising with RLP. I am Tammie, your host, and today you guys are going to hear from a woman that is very special to me, my mom. And she is going to talk about her story of dealing with life on life's terms. Now, my mom has gone through 2 major deaths in her life. Her husband and her youngest daughter, to dealing with blindness, retinal pigmentosis, and a major weight loss. Get ready to hear this story, and I think you guys are going to love her as much as I do. Get your popcorn, get your coffee, don't forget to grab your tea, and sit back and relax. Hey, Mom. Thanks for coming to the show. How are you doing today?
Oh, hey, I'm doing well, Tam. Doing well today. And you're welcome. I appreciate being asked.
Well, of course, Mom. So guys, like I said, you guys are going to hear about my mom. You're going to her, hear about her experience with life being life. So, Mom, I was talking about dealing with the loss of your husband and your youngest daughter. So, talk to us about that. Tell the listeners about it.
Well, at the time that I lost my husband, we really thought that I was the sicker one. We really thought that I was the one that was going to pass away. But he had a sudden heart attack and he ended up passing away. It was a tough time for me because he was a military man. He was very disciplined. And with him being disciplined, he taught me to be disciplined. And when he was gone, I just kind of fell apart. I lost that discipline.
Well, when it comes to loss, these are things that we can go through. And I remember that time, we all the 3 of us just lost ourselves completely.
Yes,
But
we did.
when it comes to dealing with losing a spouse, what are some things that you can tell women on how to deal with the loss of a spouse?
Well, what seemed to help me was old friends. Hearing old friends' voices, people that we met along our journey in our life together. I talked to people that knew us when we first got married. And that I don't know really why that helped, but it did. It reminded me. It reminded me of so many good times Chris and I had together. And not just that, but spirituality really helped me. God, just praying and staying in prayer and trying to find myself through God. I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in the Lord, and everything happens for a reason. And now my husband is my guardian angel.
And see, that's awesome. One thing that I have to tell you is I've always respected your unwavering faith. I think it's amazing the faith that you have. And it taught me to be strong in my belief, in my own belief, because you guys always said, believe what you believe. You don't have to believe what I believe. So that's one thing that, you
Mhm.
know, you guys are really open about. So, Mom, talk about what it's been like for you to have lost your child.
Oh, it's hard even now. I think about it every morning, think about both my girls every morning, but I don't feel like she's gone. I feel her. I talk to her every morning and I just feel her. I notice she's there watching over us. And I know that falling apart is not going to help me, not with the loss of my kid. The loss of a kid is so different than losing anyone else. I feel like a part of me is gone. I just, I try to hold on to the good things. I try to hold on to her smile because God, she had a beautiful smile. I try to hold on to all the good things. That's the only thing that gets me through is not dwelling on the bad things, but the good ones.
Well, speaking and talking about the hard times. I never have actually asked you with Crystal and I being two people in your life that you dealt with on a regular basis. How did you feel knowing that your children were dealing with addiction?
For a long time, I really felt like it was my fault. And the fault not because I did anything particularly, but because it came from a long line of family. The drug addiction goes way back. So in my mind, because of that, my children became drug addicts because of my life and what I went through. But that was before I found Al Anon. That was before I found people to talk to that truly understood. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy dealing with my daughter's drug addiction because I felt like such a failure. But I've got to tell you, I came full circle. And I'm so proud of both of my girls, proud of who they are. So proud.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you very much. The struggle is real, and I can totally see why you felt that it was something that was like your fault. One thing that I learned in rehab is that addiction, alcoholism is a family disease. And, you know, as the addict heals, the family begins to go through their own form of healing. That's where I learned that, it starts with you. and then it pours out to your family and
Yeah.
even strangers.
Yes.
So let's start going into some lighthearted conversation. So first things first, Mom, congratulations on 100. Well, now it's what? Now you're down to like what? 105 or something like that. So
Yes.
between 105 and 98. So how does it feel to have lost between 150 and 160 pounds?
It feels wonderful because it feels healthy. The healthiness of it is just everything because you have to have your health to live. I remember about 20 years ago going into my doctor's office and standing on the scale, and that scale read 245. And I looked at that nurse and I started to cry. And she said, "Honey, don't cry. It'll be okay." And I didn't even believe her. But guess what? Now it is. I fought long and hard. My daughter's love and caring and her pushing me to get out there and exercise is what started my journey. And I feel so healthy right now. I'm sure there's a transformation of my body and the way I look, but the best thing about it is that my diabetes is better, my health is better, my lungs are better. Oh, I'm so grateful to this weight loss, to this whole journey.
Well,
Thank you, Tammie.
oh, you're welcome, Mom. So, guys, here's a funny story. So, back when, after I got out of rehab and after about like 6 months of complete stress up and down and going through a nervous breakdown, I left my job and I became a beach body coach. And I was so excited because I was going to help a whole bunch of people lose weight. I was losing weight. I was feeling good. Well, guess what, guys? My only client was my mom, but my client was very successful. From 2016 to now, mom has lost between 150 and 160 pounds. And sometimes it's like 200 pounds. And she's been doing amazing. You know, Mom, at 63, they say weight loss is a hard thing. So at 63, how are you still able to keep yourself going with this controlling the weight loss?
Well, I guess the main thing is I want to live and I love myself. I think when I was so overweight, I didn't love myself very much, but I didn't even know it. Now I know it, and I constantly try to love myself by being good to my body. I don't overeat like I used to, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I do overeat a little bit, but I never go totally overboard. And I exercise, and I enjoy to exercise. Exercise sometimes is hard because you don't want to do it and but I think about my body and how I couldn't do it. So now I'm just grateful that I can walk a little bit. So I'm just grateful to be able to get up on the treadmill or ride my bike. Just grateful.
Tell the listeners about one of the statements that was said to you that you say that you'll never forget.
Well, for one thing, it wasn't really a statement. I think that I just sorry, Tam. I lost my thought there for a minute.
Just
Could you
guess what?
repeat? Mhm.
Just that's okay because we're going to keep on going, Mom. So
Okay.
I will never forget the time that you told me about what Waldo said to you and how every time you think about I don't feel like doing this. And then you think about that because we laugh about that till this day.
Well, Waldo told me that when I don't want to do it the most is when I should do it. And ever since he made that statement to me, I started to exercise when I don't want to do it. If I wake up and I don't feel like getting on the treadmill, that's when I need to get on it the most. So I do. Yeah, that's just one of the statements that helped me along the way. I think that just people in general, having people around you that are in your corner, that don't criticize or try to bring you down. You need people around you that are positive. Positivity breeds all kind of good things.
I really truly believe that. I really truly believe it. And it's not like you're going to be positive all the time. Like you're going to feel life. You're going to deal with life on life's terms. But your reaction to the way that things go is what really changes the whole trajectory, in my personal opinion. But, guys, and speaking of reaction to the way life lives, as you guys know, my mom has retinal pigmentosis and has been dealing with going blind. But the one thing that has kept her going and that I've seen has kept her going is her cooking. So I entered mom into a contest, y'all. The favorite chef, favorite cook, favorite home cook. And she's been getting votes from friends and family to win this contest and get to cook with her favorite chef. She doesn't even really, and now, so I had to tell her that I did it because I did it out of this is going to make mom excited. She's going to be happy. She's going to have a good old time. But then they sent me a text message saying, put this on so your friends and family can vote. Well, mom, tell everybody about how cooking has been helping you when it comes to going blind.
Well, I guess the number one thing is I've always had a love for cooking. So I've always cooked and I'm always happy in the kitchen. Well, losing my sight is really difficult. I can't see as well, of course, as I used to, and I see a lot of shadows and light. That's why I'm called the shadows and life cook, shadow and light cook, because I see just a lot of shadows with the pigmentosa. But on those days when I wake up and I can't see and I'm just hurt to my core, I go to the kitchen and it just cooking just brightens my world. I Cooking is just everything. I love to cook. And once I get in that kitchen, it doesn't matter that I can't see. It doesn't matter that I'm feeling down that day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I don't feel good. Everything just seems to float away when I'm in the kitchen. Oh, cooking has really saved my life. It really has. Without the cooking, I don't know that I'd be as positive about my blindness as I am. But yet, not only the cooking, I've got to remember, and I remember all the time that my eyes may be weary, but look at what God has helped me do with my body. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. My diabetes is better. So you know what, eyes? Not being able to see is not the end of the world because I'm still here and I'm still fighting hard. And you know what? I'm a blind chef.
And a damn good chef at that. Like, let's fucking be honest. She's a
Thank
damn
you.
good chef, guys. Like, everybody loves my mom's food. My husband, Waldo, as you guys know, is obsessed with my mom and her food. And we laugh about it and we swear that my mom always believed that like the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And let me tell you. So we always laugh and say that my mom was like, I'm going to get my daughter a good man. And I'm going to cook this food for him because mom wanted him from the jump. And so, like, she cooked for him. And then all of a sudden, it was like, that's it. I'm in love. And we ended up getting married. And so, you know, I love you. And Waldo and I are so proud of you, proud of
Thank
the life that you have built for yourself, proud of that on Saturday, your 63rd birthday, that you are continuing to push forward and continuing to grow. Because I know you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I know that I have driven you crazy with trying to teach you new tricks. But I am super proud of you. And thank you for joining me today on the podcast.
Oh, you're so welcome, daughter. And I'm so proud of you also. I'm proud of who you are inside. Your beauty inside and outside is unmatchable. You keep on fighting, babe, for what you want. You always stand in your truth. And I am so proud of that. Thanks for inviting me to your podcast.
Oh, thank you, Mom. And guys, thank you for listening today to Rising with RLP. Have a beautiful day and happy healing.